Alright guys, my name is Nick. What we're going to do today is we're going to inspect the turbocharger, make sure the end play and the radio play are the same, as well as the housing play of the fin. So right now we're going to test for end play. We're going to push the shaft up and down. We have our dial indicator set. We have our turbo on a vise so it won't move. You want to set your dial indicator to 0. And you want to push up and down and see how much play there is. It's about 2/1000 inch of a play. Our specs go up to 2/2000 plus or minus 1. So we're within spec. We're going to move on to our next test. We'll check the radio play, and we're going to shimmy that shaft side to side and see if there's the play over there is within specs. Alright now guys, we're going to check for radio end play. What we're going to do is move the shaft side to side from the bottom on the exhaust side of the turbo, and then make sure we're within specifications. We're supposed to be 4/1000 of an inch on the radio play, so we just want to make sure we're within that spec. So we're going to go ahead and move it. See, it jumped the first time. I did it a little too fast. Reset it to 0. About 3/1000 of an inch. So we're within specs on that. We just did it twice, so we got 2 readings out of it. Then we're going to go move on to using the feeler gauge and see if there's any housing play, any gaps in between the fins and the housing. Alright now guys, we're going to check the impeller and see if the fins have enough gap in between them. In the turbo, we're going to use our feeler gauge here. We already tried 8/1000s. Our specs are 4/1000s plus or minus 3/1000s, so 7/1000s a max. We got the 7/1000s feeler gauge right here. So we're going to go around and we're going to pull away from the fin we're testing. And as we see, it's tight grip on that 7. We're within spec. You want to rotate it around and try to manipulate it in different ways. See if there's any play. As we see, the 7 fits on there pretty tightly, so we're gonna go with that. 7/1000 of an inch. We found out that's within spec. It's on the outer limits, but still good. Now we're gonna explain how the turbo works on our next shot. Alright guys, now we're just going to go over how the turbo works. There's our exhaust manifold right here. So exhaust gas is going to come out, push the impeller on the turbo, and there's going to be 2 bearings in between. The oil line goes right there to all of those bearings. It's going to push this impeller, which is in here, and it's going to shoot out the exhaust gas out this way. But what that also is going to do is power the impeller on the compressor side, and that impeller is going to create boost pressure in PSI, and this end is going to go ahead and attach to the intake manifold end down there, and it's going to push more air into your system. If you have an EGR, obviously it's going to recirculate exhaust gas as well. But that's how it basically works. The exhaust impeller spins the compressor impeller, making pressure, which will come out of here.